same thing. Does anyone know what this is? Has anyone seen one of these before?
Tuba.
You're close if I play it like this. So this is actually called a French horn. And believe it or not, this one is called a double horn. If you look at it, it's two sets of tubes here. Okay? That's why it's called a double horn. There's two sets. So I actually play two instruments at once.
Wow.
All right. So I'm going to play a couple sounds, and I want you to tell me if you hear any differences in the sounds, okay? All right, here's the first sound. Okay, here's the second. Were there any differences?
Yeah.
Can anyone tell me what difference they heard?
The second one was so loud.
Oh, the second one was so loud. You're right. I'm sorry if I scared you. I probably should have warned you. All right, so I'm going to try that one more time, okay? Be prepared to be slightly terrified. Ready? That's the first one. Ready? Here's the second. Did anyone hear a difference? What was the difference this time? Lenny?
I think the first one was louder.
The first one was louder, and what was the second one?
Softer.
Softer. How about we say quieter? Yeah? The second one was definitely quieter. Do we agree? Yeah. So, today we're going to learn about something called dynamics, which is just the volume of music, okay? The volume of sounds that you hear. So two of the main ones that we're going to hear are going to be what we call forte, and that's the F here, and that's how loud I played, okay? And then we also have how quietly I played, which is piano, okay? So we have forte, and then we have piano, which is this one?
Forte.
Forte, right?
Forte.
Good, okay. So, we have forte and we have piano. Do we think that there's anything in between them? Or is it just loud and quiet everywhere you go? Yeah? It's either too, Lenny, you're too loud, or Lenny, you're too quiet. They're only two. Okay. So we also have in between, okay? Like think about, how many of you have cell phones? You probably all have cell phones, right? You're listening to your music on your headphones. You adjust that, and there are several different volume levels, isn't there? Yeah. You can do the same thing in music and anything that you listen to. So I'm gonna adjust my volume here. Okay, I'm just kidding. That doesn't do anything. So I'm gonna start soft and get loud, just so you're not scared this time. Okay, so that time I connected the two sounds. I connected the quiet sound, the piano sound, and I connected it to the loud forte sound. Could everyone hear it that time? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that is what we're going to call a crescendo. Okay? That's when we start soft and we get loud. Okay? Now what's the opposite of that? If we start soft and we get loud,
Start loud and get soft.
start loud and get soft, right? So let me demonstrate that for you. Right? Did everyone hear the difference? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we have a crescendo is when we start soft and we get loud, and then we have what we call a decrescendo, which is when we start loud and we get soft. Okay. Is anyone confused by any of that so far? No? And how many of you speak another language besides English? Yeah? Ooh, what language do you speak?
Spanish.
Spanish, cool. So let me ask you a question. When you go, say, to talk to somebody else who speaks maybe only Spanish, and you're trying to talk to them, let's say about numbers, is a 2 in English the same as a 2 in Spanish? Like if you had 2 pencils, and that person also had 2 pencils, do you still both have only 2 pencils?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same, right? It's the same amount no matter what. Believe it or not, for those of you who did not raise your hand, you just spoke a different language. You spoke Italian, okay? So the reason that we say these words in Italian is so that people can understand us all around the world, okay? A piano here is still going to be a piano in, name somewhere else that's not America.
France.
France. It's still a piano in France, okay? So now, I want you all to stand up. We're going to play a short little game, okay? Here's what we're going to do. So, I'm going to play different sounds. If it's a loud sound, I want you to stay standing. If it's a soft sound, make sure you have your chair behind you. I want you to sit down. Okay? Oh, nice job catching that one. Very nice job. All right, so now stay standing. Now we're going to do the same thing with crescendo. Who remembers what a crescendo is?
Starts off and get loud.
Starts off and get loud. Good. So we're going to do the same thing with crescendo and decrescendo. Who remembers what a decrescendo is? Remember, it's just the opposite.
Start loud and get soft.
Start loud. Okay. So if I'm crescendoing, I want you to start sitting and then stand up. If I'm decrescendoing, I want you to sit down. Okay? Does that make sense? But this time, I want you to do it as I play. Any questions? All right, let's do it. So let's start standing, right? So just to start you off, I'll get softer so you can sit, and then it'll be a game from there. Good, nice job. Okay, so now we're going to try making our own piano sounds. So sorry, piano sounds. So sorry. We're going to try making our own forte sounds, our own crescendos, and decrescendos. Okay, so let me hand out some instruments here. Alrighty. We'll just go in a random order. There you go. And once you get an instrument, you can sit down. And then let's do. How many people are out? 2? Okay, 2. And then here you are. Alrighty. So, okay. For those of you that have a drum, let me quickly go over how to play it, okay? Thank you. So, you want to make sure that you hold it in your hand. So for me, I'm a right-hander person, so I want to hit it with my right hand. If you're a left-hander person, you probably want to hold it with your right and hit it with your left, okay? So we have different parts of it, right? We have the edge, we have the center, and we have everything in between, right? So the edge kind of makes quieter sounds, right? center will be our crescendo. Make sense? Yeah. And what I want the other two people to do is I want you to keep us nice and steady. I just want you to be a solid pulse for us. Yeah, keep us honest here so that we don't go all crazy and off the rails. Okay? So now here's what I want you to do. I'm going to point on the board, and I want you all to play the object that I am pointing to. Does that make sense? Any questions? All righty. Let's start here. Good. How about you come up? How about you lead the class this time? All right, let's see. She might make it tricky. We don't know. I know we've all been yelled at and told, be quiet, you're too loud. Reading. I know when I read, I can't be around a lot of noise because I can't focus. Anyone else? Sleeping. Yeah. It's hard to take a nice nap if it's too loud. Okay. What are some activities that you can do where you can be forte, where you can be loud? Playing tag, right? We were probably all forte today out on the playground, weren't we? Yeah. Probably in the lunchroom, right? Talking with your friends. Any other activities that we could do that are forte? Okay, what about things outside? What are some things that can be forte outside? Maybe like a car horn? Anything else? Can anyone else think of anything? Oh, yeah. Construction. And it's annoying. Anyone else? Yeah.
Baseball game.
Ooh, a baseball game. And that's really fun, too. What about some outside quiet activities? And when I say outside, I just mean outside of school. Like places where you have to be quiet. The library. Another reading place. Right? All right. Well, thank you all so much today. I will take the instruments back now.